It's been a long time coming, but the Predator franchise is finally back in action. First up, the movie titled Badlands isn't just in development. It's already wrapped filming. The cameras stopped rolling back in late September, and here's a cool detail. The entire production took place in New Zealand. That's a big win for two reasons. First, the country offers major tax incentives for filmmakers, which means more budget for special effects and action sequences without going overboard on costs. Second, it increases the odds of a theatrical release, unlike Prey, which went straight to streaming despite being one of Hulu's biggest hits. For now, it's set for November 7th, taking the date previously reserved for Marvel's Blade. But with how things go in Hollywood, delays are always possible. Empire magazine has unveiled a first look, and it's already turning heads. The set photo shows director Dan Trachtenberg, along with a glimpse of the Predator. From what we can see, his design has undergone major changes compared to Prey. In an interview, Trachtenberg confirmed that despite writing a human-centric story, the Predator himself will be the main character of the next film. Fans have long pointed out that the Predator rarely ever wins in its own stories, especially on screen, which feels at odds with its reputation as the ultimate hunter. With that in mind, Badlands could very well be a direct response to that critique, shifting the balance in a way we haven't seen before. Key details are still tightly under wraps, but here's what we do know. Badlands is not a sequel to Prey. It's a completely separate story. That said, a proper Prey follow-up is also in the works, so Nara's story will continue. Let's be real, nobody expected Prey to be as good as it was. After the train wreck that was 2018's reboot, expectations were in the gutter. But Dan Trachtenberg ignored all the noise and delivered an instant fan favorite, turning Prey into one of Hulu's most-watched originals. The Comanche setting, the stripped-down survival story, and the raw action made it feel like a true return to form. Naturally, 20th Century Studios wasted no time locking Trachtenberg in for a sequel. Trachtenberg is back in the director's chair, alongside his Prey co-writer Patrick Eis, and Elle Fanning is leading the cast. Yeah, another female protagonist taking on a Predator. Cue the predictable backlash from fans who still think the franchise should be all about testosterone-fueled, cigar-chomping musclemen. But let's hold off on any judgments until we actually see it. Elle's character details are still under wraps. Badlands isn't tied to Prey at all. It's its own thing, set in South Dakota. It opens the door for all kinds of Easter eggs and historical connections. There could be old tribal warnings about predator encounters or cave paintings hinting at past hunts. Both Badlands and Prey 2 will be huge tests for Disney's grand plan to reinvent the Predator franchise. And make no mistake, Dan Trachtenberg isn't just directing these movies. He's shaping the future of the franchise, laying the foundation for a connected universe where each film tells a self-contained story but still adds to the larger mythos. That's exactly the kind of fresh approach the series needs. Instead of constantly trying to replicate the classic movies, why not explore new timelines, new settings, and new cultural clashes? Imagine a predator stalking Spartan warriors in ancient Greece, lurking in the shadows during the Cold War, or terrorizing a cyberpunk city in the distant future. The possibilities are endless. And speaking of the future, there's another wild possibility brewing. Fede Alvarez, the director of Alien, Romulus, mentioned that he'd love to collaborate with Trachtenberg on the new Alien vs. Predator movie. If that happens, Badlands could end up being a bridge to a long-overdue crossover. Both directors have shown they can handle these franchises with care, delivering hits that connect with audiences. If their next projects succeed, the studio is almost certain to greenlight Alien vs. Predator. Talks about the crossover are already happening, though a 2028 release might be a stretch. Still, the chances of bringing this concept back are strong, especially if they learn from past mistakes. Badlands is just the beginning. Alongside it, 4 more Predator projects are reportedly in early development, including Prey 2 and an unknown animated anthology. The studios are going all in, banking on Trachtenberg's vision to breathe new life into the franchise. No matter how you slice it, Badlands is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious entries in the franchise, with a bold new setting, a fresh protagonist, and the potential to lay the groundwork for a larger Predator cinematic universe. This could be the movie that truly defines the next era of the series.